Welcome to Brava Women Wise Women Wednesday. Today we've got the great pleasure to have Anastasia Searle, who is from Bloom Networking. She is a disability advocate for NDIS support coordinator and a public speaker on mindset and in the disability sector. Today we're going to learn how to access NDIS and ongoing support for people with a disability, with emphasis on how to access NDIS, the capacity building for people with a disability, and how support coordination can help. Over to you, Anastasia.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for inviting me, dear. I love your network. And I am an NDIS support coordinator, and my business is Bloom Networking. I'll start off by sharing a little bit about who I am. I have a blended family. There's quite a few of us. We have 2 dogs, Gary and Barry. The things my husband and I like to do, well, it's his passion, but I do it with him. We like to travel across Australia on one of his many motorbikes. I live in a beautiful suburb, and there's a picture here for anybody who can see this. And this is the view that I get from the room I work from, that I'm here right now. So it's a beautiful view that we have from the backyard of our house. Okay, disability advocate. I've been a disability advocate for many years, and almost a decade ago now, I was involved with one of the local governments, and we managed to get $5 million for disability through that local government. I was on a steering committee. A few years later, I was involved in state government, and I was actually on the news. And we were able to, on an advisory capacity, we were able to get $65 million towards disability as well. While I've been a support coordinator for NDIS, I've been able to get $3 million for support coordination for people with disabilities. So to date, it's been $73 million with a lifetime goal of $100 million to be able to access for people with disabilities. That's a huge amount, but I'm going to keep working at it, because the people with disabilities are often not heard or seen, and they need the support. I have a team member that works for me, and I have trained her over the last 6 months to be a support coordinator, so I don't do this on my own, and I'm currently looking at getting another staff member to work with us as well. What I do. 3 areas of support coordination. People often get confused with NDIS. It's a blanket statement. I work in the NDIS sector, but what does that mean? There's lots of different roles. So what I do is I support people with a disability to access NDIS. And by access, I mean being able to get a package of money, a plan that will support their needs. I help them use the plan to its full capacity by coordinating supports like therapies, support workers, community programs, and more to meet the goals for the quality of life. So in other words, I get everything together for them and their families that they're needing. And anytime they need anything, they can call me, and basically I help them solve the problem. So the other thing I do for NDIS participants, I help my clients with the financial side of their NDIS budgeting. This is a really big job because I have quite a few clients, and they're not always aware how to work out the budget, the amount of money. They make it a certain amount of money to help them for the next 1 or 2 years, and they don't have somebody who can help them with how they spend their money. Sometimes they underspend because they're too scared to spend it, and other times they overspend because they think it's so much money that, they can, ask for whatever services they need. So they need somebody like me who's accountable to NDIS to keep them on track. The third thing that I do, I also am trained as a psychosocial recovery coach, and I help people with a disability that also have mental health issues who are in crisis and who are trying to recover back into society. This is a really big responsibility. People with a disability, the best way to explain how many of them live, it's like the days when we had COVID and we had lockdowns and we couldn't go anywhere. We are free to go and do whatever we want now, but a lot of these people with disabilities live like that all of their lives. So they have lots of mental health issues as a result of that. And I help them being able to slowly go out and start accessing the community and do other things. There's a picture here of my daughter with a horse. She's got autism and intellectual disability. And this is why I love what I do, because I know the help I needed as she was growing up. And, you know, I feel like I'm paying it forward. Okay, who I work with. I work with a person with a disability, a person who has a family member with a disability. I work with plan managers who have people on their books with disabilities to help the financial side for these people. And any day services, support worker agencies. The support worker agencies are the people who actually have the support workers or the carers that go and work directly with the person with the disability. I help coordinate those as well. I'm in touch with special schools, with therapists, all different variety of specialists, sometimes hospitals, sometimes the police, sometimes psych wards, the list goes on. The picture here of this lovely lady, this is my sister-in-law, and she's been in a wheelchair all of her life. So that's another one that's sort of close to my heart. You know, knowing a number of people with disabilities, you know, really makes my job worthwhile, because I know what they go through and I love helping. Okay, so I have been also an author in a book. So one of the chapters is, it's actually the second chapter in this book. Anyone who's interested, you know, there's a pre-launch price of $20. The launch is next Tuesday night for anybody interested that would like to come along. And these amazing people in this book are all people who have a family member with a disability. Some of the stories are challenging, heartbreaking, but some of the stories are really inspirational. You know, when you see people with disability and they are able to overcome their challenges and do amazing things in their life, like run businesses, go into sport, art, you know, it's just incredible what some people have done in their lives. So anyone who's interested in the book, please let me know, and I'm happy to share that with you. So thank you for your support, and thank you for listening. And, you know, if you have any questions in relation to disability or anyone who needs help, please be in touch.
Thank you, Anastasia, and I'll put her contact details below on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much.